Hey, everybody, how's it going? So, Candace Owens has been busted absolutely lying about Charlie Kirk's position now. I have to take these text messages with a grain of salt because I can't prove that they're real. However, they get the exact same benefit of the doubt that Candace's text messages get, right? This is as real as Candace's text messages, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? So, Dinesh D'Souza has come out and said, if Charlie had a big conversion and came to agree with Nick Fuentes on Jews in Israel, why did he text me July 2nd, 2025, just weeks before what happened to him, calling Nick vermin and bitterly objecting to amplifying him in any way? I'm actually kind of shocked by it. Few things I've learned about Charlie Kirk, that have kind of shocked. First of all, he blamed a Jewish donor, or at least two Jewish donors, okay, for everything going on in Israel because they wouldn't give him money. Good job, Candace, for really sowing that. Man, I had a good image about Charlie Kirk before he went, and then there was that. Not that that's necessarily a bad image. I can understand him just being frustrated and going, geez, they're really living up to stereotypes. But at the end of the day, that's not very, MAGA to assume that because someone is a Jew, that all the rest of the Jews ought to be like that, right? It's kind of disappointing. Then there's this, where, he's upset that somebody was platformed. Okay? So, Dinesh D'Souza and Nick Fuentes congratulated each other after their debate. D'Souza says he was pleasantly surprised by Fuentes' demeanor and welcomed the challenge, whatever. So, he said, this was a massive mistake that you did this. Charlie said this. He's vermin, and you just gave him one of the biggest boosts of his career. Charlie Kirk was not happy that Nick Fuentes was platformed. And so it seems that Candace is, yet again, flat out lying about Charlie Kirk's views. This isn't good. This is not good. This is not acceptable. This isn't okay. Candace, I have no doubt at this point, especially if this text message can be absolutely validated. Candace is lying so hard about everything with Charlie Kirk. She's making things up, and she's absolutely grifting off of what happened to him. I'm fully disgusted at this point, So, one of the biggest boosts of his career, if anything, Nick platformed, people are, man, who cares? I don't know, okay? I don't know. Why are you arguing this? It's really not the point of anything said in here, okay? Was this day 3? You're obsessed with Nick Fuentes. See, now they're trashing Nick Fuentes instead of actually the point. He's saying, hey, guess what? Charlie Kirk was not this. And then they're like, oh, defend Nick Fuentes. Of course they are. Nick Fuentes, the guy who literally called one of two people with a bullhorn who called for people to take over the Capitol and did not get arrested for it. Just like Ray Epps. If there's any Fuentes fans watching at this point in time, can you all at least go down to the comment section and answer me why Nick Fuentes was not charged with conspiracy? Because he was telling people to go into the Capitol and take it over? Just like Ray Epps. Owen Schroyer was with Alex Jones, yelling through bullhorns, telling people not to go into the Capitol. And Owen Schroyer got arrested for advocating for people to, go into the Capitol and do destruction. Isn't that weird? How the peaceful people were getting in trouble for it, and yet Nick Fuentes calling for it to happen did not? Yeah, Nick Fuentes is a Fed. There's no doubt about it. It's weird how this keeps happening, right? It's weird how Nick appears in certain areas and has absolutely no trouble from the left. It's kind of odd. It's really, really strange how he's not targeted. Tucker Carlson, I don't know about him, per se. He was targeted, but it seems like they've just completely gotten off his back for some reason. Isn't that weird, too? I don't know. Maybe not for Tucker. Candace also, anti-MAGA now. She was anti-MAGA to start with, and she doxed children. She was a leftist, and then months later becomes red pill black Most people watching my channel have no idea what I'm talking about. Most people watching this have no idea who Red Pill Black is or what Social Autopsy is. I'll fill you in. Social Autopsy was a program created by a company called Degree 180. Who owned that, or who was the head of that company? Candace Owens. Where they dox children for cyberbullying people. Yeah, that's a real thing. Look it up. Happened in 2016. Then, after that backlash was so bad, she became Red Pill Black on YouTube. Blair White had sense about her and decided, hey, no, this isn't okay. I'm going to debate her on Dave Rubin, the same guy who introduced Candace to Kanye West in 2017, 6 months before Kanye West tweeted her out that she claimed she and Charlie manifested. It was just like magic, except it wasn't because you were in contact with him 6 months before that tweet. It was all set up for sure. And Dave Rubin admitted it in 2021, saying he did introduce her, though he didn't have to admit it. I showed the video of the interview where he said, we're going to go meet Kanye West right after this interview in September of 2017. It's crazy how that stuff happens. Just absolutely wild, isn't it? But that's not all today. No, not even close. Candace Owens exposed. On August 1st, Candy said in an interview with Tucker that she didn't want the Macron's lawsuit against her to be dismissed. Y'all remember that? She wanted it to go into discovery and everything because she really wanted to discover how big it was, I guess. And it was a lie. I most certainly do not want to have the case dismissed. It's how I feel. And the reason that I feel that way, truly, Tucker, is because this is so much bigger that they can't untucker. I don't know. Just making a stupid thing at the end of that. I added that last part on, guys. If you're not watching, you're just listening. She wanted to see how much bigger it was untucked, I guess. Anyway, on October 30th. Okay, on October 30th, she filed for a motion to dismiss the case. I had no idea. Just now finding out November 4th. Just, 5 days later. Dismissed to strike the first amended complaint accepted. Motion to dismiss. Chad M. Chandler. I guess that's her attorney. Motion to dismiss, date docketed November 1st, 2025. Defendant first. Okay, so I guess they filed for it 30th, active November 1st. We'll see where it goes from there, right? First amended complaint with a certificate of service notice to dismiss and to strike the first amended complaint to be whatever that word is there because it's cut off. Thank you, guys. Proposed to order transaction 77480806. Doesn't seem Candace is all that confident that she's going to win that lawsuit. Very strange, huh? Listen to this dumb post completely devoid of an understanding of the law. Any defendant wants the case dismissed. Who knows how a jury will decide? Moreover, her lawyers are dictating the strategy. It's not up to the jury. This is a motion to dismiss the case. It won't go to jury if it's dismissed. Got to use your head. I guess you missed the part where she said she didn't want it dismissed. So I'll reiterate for you. And then he does the quote. That's the exact quote for her interview on Tucker. What's this idiot going to say? That doesn't matter. Every defendant wants the case to go away. It's just so stupid. These are Candace fans. These are absolutely Candace fans, And this makes Bridget Macron a female how? Really? Y'all are going to take a victory lap? When Candace is like, actually, I'm going to just go ahead and drop it and not mention it anymore. Really? That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Because by it not being dismissed, she shines a light into the subject. Where's the gotcha moment exactly? Well, the gotcha moment is the simple fact that it won't go to discovery. She won't have to make the Macrons prove that, Bridget is lying, right? That Bridget actually has a dong. So now they won't have a chance to prove that anymore. She lets it all go to the wind. It's because Candace is scared. Candace is scared that she bit something off that she cannot chew. And that's just a fact. Otherwise, she would let this go to court. She would let this go to court, and she would prove once and for all to everybody that Bridget is Jean-Michel, or Jean-Michel, whatever, Anyway, Candace Owens has moved to dismiss Macron's lawsuit against her, even though she told Tucker Carlson last month that she had no intention of seeking a dismissal. And that's the point, right? That's the point that Candace fans are so dumb about. Candace Owens said she would not seek a dismissal. And she is. And she hasn't mentioned it on her show. Why? Why hasn't she updated anybody? She could have updated yesterday when she was talking about Jack and also the word I'm not going to say the word, never mind. Jack and also S-H-I-T. Anyway, I need to not cuss so much. I don't cuss in my outside of here. It's funny. But once I get some quiet away from the kids, I let it loose sometimes. But yeah, it just is what it is. Anyway, so I don't think that's all. It's just another back burner. And the funny thing, Macron came forward saying she had indisputable evidence to give to the court to prove she's a woman. But court proceedings haven't even started. Please don't believe anything you hear on MSM or read on the internet. That would have been a big bomb Candace dropped during one of her shows, and I do not have the impression at all that she's backing away. Guys, it's in the courts, but whatever. Candace wants to go to court so that discovery will have to be done. Really? She filed a motion to dismiss the case. That's the definition of backing away. Yeah, it is. How does filing a motion to dismiss the case highlight her wanting to go to court and not backing away? Exactly. What do you... Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why people are dismissing or defending this. The only thing that could save Candace in this situation is if it comes out that this was fake. That is the only thing saving Candace from absolute embarrassment. Or retracting the dismissal and going, "Oh, my attorneys, they did something behind my back and I told them to stop." Anything would work in that regard as long as the case moves forward. If the case does not move forward from this moment on, there is nothing Candace Owens can say or do to redeem herself. She has openly lied so many times, from the Steven Crowder stuff to the doxing of kids to the whole being a leftist converting to right wing to what else do we got here? To everything she's kind of told and showed about Charlie Kirk in general. There have been a couple things that have been truthful, but, have been absolutely nuanced. And then there's been a lot of falsehoods, like her talking about how, "Oh, it just magically happened. I can't believe I manifested Kanye West into tweeting about me, even though I was in contact with him 6 months before." The fact that she literally dropped Dave Rubin and used him as a stepping stone, that's kind of crazy. Although Dave Rubin apparently has some issues. I'm not sure about what. Was it just because he adopted a kid as a gay couple? I mean, don't get me wrong. Concerning, right? But I don't know. I haven't really gotten too involved with that. I know the quartering is very, very, very much against it. And I know he has issues with Dave Rubin because of it. But I don't necessarily know if I do yet or not. Okay? I haven't really... It's not that I'm nuanced about it. I just haven't given it any thought, per se. It's not an area that I've really delved in during this. And you guys know that because I haven't really made any videos on it. I delve into other things, and I just kind of go about my way, especially when I'm off of here. I play guitar, and I watch guitar videos. I don't really think about politics much outside of making videos. This is kind of this is my outlet to do this, and then go about my actual life with friends and stuff, and not really feel the need to bring up politics. It's just my outlet for it, I guess you could say. So I have you guys to share with that, and it's a blessing, to be honest, because y'all are amazing. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. It helps me so much when you guys do that. You all wouldn't even believe. I don't need money. I don't need any of that stuff. Just likes and subscriptions, and you guys make all my dreams come true just with that alone. Thank you all so much. My description, though, has my Discord link. If you guys go there, we could talk more after all this. I have a Discord on my phone. I try to be on it a lot more often. So if you guys want to go there, make an awesome community, and maybe we'll start setting up some games and stuff like that in it too. That would be a lot of fun. Not to mention, everything else. Go down to the comment section below and let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.